Hello, hello. I am just getting myself set here. Hello, Kelly. Can you hear and see me? Just wait for a couple minutes here. I know it has been a while. I have missed you guys. Um, and that's pretty much what we're going to talk about. So, we're not really going to. Oh, thank you, Kelly. So we're not really going to make anything, but I wanted to talk, one, explain where I've been, fill you all in there. Hello, LaFrance Myers. I hope I'm saying that right. But to go through where I've been, what has been going on in my world with, I mean, not too much detail. Um, Lots of things actually, but I want you guys to know that um, because you should. And we're going to talk about um, both as when we hit those walls in creating, and I'm going to show you how I got out of it. It took a while, but I'm going to show you, and maybe it will help some of you when we get into a rut. We lose our creative. Hey, Biddy, how are you doing? You should be getting a package shipped out sometime this week. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Um, and how you can work through that, when to know, okay, you know what, I just need to um, step away, and so forth. So let's just dig in. I don't know how long this will be, but again, if you're here to see something being created, or working through something, that's not what this video is. This video is for you guys, all of the um, worried messages that I received, and whether it was email, whether it was through Facebook, whether it was through here, and so forth. So it took me a while to really wrap into it. So again, I want to apologize and also say thank you, for all of your support, your kind words, your encouraging words. A lot of people think us as creators, we encourage you, and we do. We want to encourage you, we want you to be inspired. We want you to create. So we want to give you all the ideas possible that you can create with whatever you already have. That is my uh, focus, my primary focus. Yes, there are products that I use, and you have to realize that we are showing you those products as an option, but can easily be adapted to what you already have. My channel here is all about paper, and any kind of paper, pattern paper, solid cardstock, um, digitals, um, cards that you've received, um, paper, copy paper, uh, drawing paper, mixed media, uh, old books. Um, I know some people don't appreciate when books are torn, but I would rather see them come to life again in another piece of art than go into the trash. It's and not to, I'm not worried about, yes, I am worried about landfills, but again, we can take something and recreate it. That's the definition of create. To bring something about through natural means, which is our hands and our mind and our imagination, to see what we can create. And it's art. So I appreciate that, Kelly. Thank you so much. I missed you guys a lot and was thinking about you always. Um, but come October of last year, and I'm just going to pull some things in so that you have something else to look at other than my hands. Um, these are some of the things that we're going to talk about. Um, October, we ran into a wall. Um, Not sure, it just really crept up onto me, but it was a wall, and actually lost the desire, the inspiration, and really the ability um, to create. I just, it's every time I walked into my studio, this feeling would overcome. Now there was also um, a personal situation that came about for me when it came to my health. Nothing serious, but it is something that can affect um, my ability to stand for long period of times. Because when I create, I can't sit. I can sit when I use my colored pencils. I can sit when I tangle. I have to. But when I'm doing these types of projects here, I have to stand. Yeah, it's odd. But I know there's a lot of people that are like that as well. I'm not the only one that does that as well. Um, but with something that I'm working through and getting better and stronger with, I just could not do that. So that was one of the hits, along with every time walking into this room, it was, I don't want to say overwhelming, the desire just was not there. I find I tried to force it, and that made things worse. So when we as creatives, we can hit those walls, and it always happens, at least for me, I always get a sense of it when it comes to the um, the holidays, because we're really pushing. We are really pushing to get things out, whether it's something to make for somebody or it's our cards or whatever that may be that we're doing for the holidays. We really have this huge push. And especially for me, because I'm a procrastinator. Yep. Yes. I wait until the last minute to do things. It's just my way. And that's something I got better with too. Um, and that just makes it worse. So you get this snowball that just kept on getting bigger and bigger. I thought come around November I would come out of it because I really wanted to do my Christmas series that I've always done for the past 6 years. It just was not going to happen. Um, I did put some things out, but not like I did when it came to that. There were other things that happened during this time. I was also getting ready for a showcase. There is one showcase that I do in person every year, and it's always the first weekend in December. And that I found was one of the things that kind of sort of helped to pull me out. There was no, I didn't feel, and I hate the word pressure, but the the mode of filming and voiceovers and photography and posting. You have to understand when we are creators, we're not just creating a video and putting up there. There's so many steps behind it and so many things behind the scenes as a YouTube creator that, we're just not creating and boom, it's boom, magic, snap our fingers, it's done. Um, Hello, is that Reagan? Regan? I don't know if I'm saying that right, so I apologize. But from Colorado, awesome. Um, so just sitting back and creating things with none of those other pressures, that kind of helped. Good morning, Linda. How are you? Um, that kind of helped, and it was helping. But even though I had planned it, I mean, I start creating for this showcase now, January actually, and start progressively building up what I create for that showcase. But for some reason, it just felt like, even though I was even earlier, I did not wait till the last minute like I normally do. But again, it was just creeping. Um, but I got through that as well. Unfortunately, the last hit that kind of really shook me off my feet was I lost a friend um, during that time, and I found out the morning of the showcase, and it was one of my friends that I met through this showcase. Um, so that kind of knocked me to say, okay, here we go. That was. It's almost like that was the last straw. And after the uh, showcase, um, I I went dark. I went very quiet. Um, there were many commitments that I had for the month of December, and I had to, for the first time, back out of those, which just tore me apart as well. I'm not that person. When I have a commitment, I meet those commitments and I want to excel at those commitments because, again, that's what this channel is about. It's first to inspire your creativity, to get you to try new things, to teach you maybe new techniques or the old techniques. Maybe I show them in a different way. We all do things very differently, and that's what I love about this community, this craft. We could have the same products, same exact products, do the same exact steps, but each piece will be unique. And if I'm not providing that, then I'm failing. Yes, I will show new products. And a lot of times, we get these comments that say you're just pushing products. I am not. Um, it is your choice. Um, so it's just letting you know this is what I'm using. Use what you have in your stash. So always keep that in mind. Let's see here. Hello, Delia B. Um, 2024 was a rough year. It really was. Um, and that's exactly what I had to do. I had to step back, sit back, think about what changes were going to come into my channel. And we will talk about that at the end of what you all are going to see, what's going to be available, and what's in the process of coming. And I have some sneak peeks for you as well. So, how did I pull myself out of it? I was finally about mid December, I was able to step back into the studio. I didn't have that um, loneliness. I didn't have that. And again, it was not depression. So I don't want you all to think that. It was just a wall where I just needed to break away from it and heal for myself. And that's what I did. And one of the things that helped, these are a few of them. I dug into my stash. And you can see here, and everything you're going to see is available up on the website, just an FYI. Because, yeah, I had some fun. Lots of UFOs, projects that were unfinished that I had started for whatever reason. I dug into those bins. That's what I dug into. Those projects that I had started, knowing that I was going to create them at some point, and I just kept on going, and then I couldn't stop. It was just starting to go, and while I was doing this, I came up with ideas and realized some things about myself, what I want to create, what I want to show, and what I want to offer to you all, to say thank you and to get you inspired to create. Um, these are three different styles. So let's talk about that. So that's just a little bit of where I've been. You're going to see some videos coming out this week. I did one yesterday, and we'll talk about that as well. So, in one of my lives, I had showed you these cute little tiny um, paper bag journals, where these are the lunch bags, and we have like a little tiny clip here with some charms. We have our ribbon closures, and these are just lunch bags folded in half. And all of these papers in here are scraps, whether they're digitals, whether look, I didn't even cut some of them. I figured, you know what, the recipient, I'm just going to clip them in. They can have fun cutting them. There's tags, but these are just scraps. Dug in, had fun, and just loaded them up. So there are a bunch of these, and each one is named. So I always name my journals, and this one is called Infinity. And again, just places to jot down. But this just had fun gluing papers, folding them, and they are hand sewn. Remember, I said when it comes to paper, we can use cards that we receive. Here you go. This is a front of a Christmas card that I received. So I just cut the front off, and I'm using that as the cover. Again, we've got some charms. We can never have too many charms. It's one signature. And again, these were offcuts of pattern paper. I keep all the cut aparts, tags, music sheets. These are all the strange cuts that I had left. So why not make a small 4x6 journal? They all don't have to be large. Lace, this is some, I think this is avocado paper that I found. Never knew I had it. But again, these are just the offcuts. So let's make something small. Plenty of room to add and so forth. But why not use those covers of those Christmas cards? Love using them. I think they add a lot to your covers. You don't have to have anything fancy for your cover. And then the back, and this one's called Notes. So you'll always see branding, and then I always add the name of the journal to the back. In this pile, I found papers. I believe this is from Dreams, etc. I found some of these metal findings. I did some sewing, and it's just a simple signature journal. Added some of my explosions. I love my explosions. Had fun using ups all of this, and just had fun with the digitals, adding my scrap papers, some charms, paper charms. Can't have too many um, metal findings, and again, just had some fun. This, never knew what I would be able to use with this. Perfect for it. Bags for pockets. Again, anything can be used in a journal. Tall tags, more room to add more journals or charms. And again, this one is called Imagine. So perfect that that had that piece there. I have a couple of these. So all the ones that I showed, I think for the papers, there's 6 in there. Yep, I made 6. There's 4 of the card front. Here's another one. This was actually a cutout. That one's called Stuff. Simple name, absolutely. And then these are cards that I bought because I thought they were beautiful. You know, cards go on sale at some point. You can get great deals for them. So I use those covers there with the beautiful sentiment of believe. So again, this one's hints and memos. So those scraps, when they're the odd sizes, again, cut them down. Have fun with it. To do all of this. Good morning, Jennifer. Hi, how are you? I hope everyone is doing well. So those are there. And then, of course, I do have another one of these. Now, this tag doesn't come off. This one's called Laugh. And again, lots of explosions because who doesn't love explosions? You can take paper, make your own charms out of them. I had fun digging into all of my charms and again, putting it all together. As I got more comfortable, that's kind of what broke me out. As I kind of got comfortable, we got into even more chunkier explosions and a single signature sewn in for the holidays. Again, these were all projects, but I had started. So dig into those UFOs and get those done. They will inspire you. And again, this is a mix match of digitals that I had. I apologize. I believe this one's from my porch prints with a mixture of dreams, etc. So lots of tags and pockets and journaling cards. Found all of this different dyed papers. I don't know where they came from. Some side pockets here, lace, lots of clips, doilies, large ones. Found these are absolutely gorgeous. When it I have no idea how they coffee dyed that. Um, but all kinds of fun. Just dug into everything. This room, while I was doing these, now this one is called Joy. And then I have 2 more that look like this because I was determined to use up the digitals that I had. Again, lots of those explosion theirs. These here have metal corners. More sewing is going on in these. This one here is called Sweets. And then this one here is called Candy. But just had fun. These are also scraps of ribbons that I have because we keep everything, right? We can't get rid of anything, whether it's paper, whether it's our lace, our ribbons. We keep these small pieces. It's amazing. And I think that was also coming in because of everything that I had. I was digging into these, all the cutoffs from the ribbons that I used and everything that I had. So for me, when you hit these walls where you're like, okay, I don't know. And I did, I was watching YouTube. I was very quiet. I was watching YouTube and watching Biddy's lives and watching this live with Debbie J and all of the creators that I watch. It just was not pulling me out. It wasn't until I came in to use what I had, get into those projects that we start, and then we push them aside because we want to move on to something else. It can overwhelm with what you have in there when it comes to this. Now, I will say, Biddy, thank you very much for putting my link, which of course I didn't put here. Please know I am not shipping internationally right now. Um, it's breaking my heart when it comes to the cost. Trying to find something that's a little bit less expensive for you all. If you are interested in any of the products that you see, you can reach out to me and we can work something out. But everything is US shipping right now. So I do apologize. Um, so we got out of, once I waved through, you can see there's a progression where, okay, Des was just gluing her leftover digitals, and then she started going to use more scraps to create different sizes, and then we got into the single signatures. We did progress into a double signature. um, Now this one here is called Romance. I am a member of the monthly membership to Pink Monarch. Absolutely love their membership. You get a collection every month that is minimum 50 sheets of printouts, and it's an entire collection. And then they have all these videos on little tiny things that you can do and all of that. Um, and this one just fell in love. And again, it's something that I had printed. It's something that I was doing, and then I just went through. So this here, we have the band where the ribbon goes through. We're moving up now, trying new things. I really distressed the edge of this, got lots of collaging, was having fun with collaging again. Some, of course, um, some charms. Can't have enough metal. Cannot have enough metal. Buttons. I found a whole slew of buttons. Well, why not? Let's glue them down here to the front. At the back, we actually have a pocket that you can tuck notes in. And then, of course, the name of the journal. Lots of lace coming off of the side. Paper charms. I love making paper charms. I know I've shown them in a couple of videos, but if you want me to go into detail, we will be. Lots of explosions coming off of the top. And I shouldn't say the word explosions. Let's say poofs. Let's call them poofs. Okay? Um, and again, you have the ability, recipient has the ability to add their own pockets, add their own space. I like to keep things open for lots of writing. We got all kinds of tucks and pockets. Um, the journaling cards can come out so that you can have fun with them. There's envelopes, there's bags, all kinds of things, but lots of writing room. I like to have that for the recipient. This is a 2 signature journal, and it does have a hidden spine, which means it's put onto a base and then glued in. This cover is not a hardbound cover. This is made out of cardstock when it comes to this. Um, so it just thickens up as you put your covers on, but this is just 110-pound cardstock that's doubled up into the spine. She's already chunky monkey, but I like that. But there is plenty of room to write your notes, add photos, receipts, all of that fun stuff in there. And again, this does slide back and forth, but that is our closure that comes across that. So that was our 2 signature. We did go into a 3rd signature, and that's this one here. Now, this one is not so soft. It's got a lot of grunge to it, and for those of you that know me, you know I love my grunge. Love my grunge. This also is another monthly kit that I received from Pink Monarch. Um, I think it's a great, reasonable price for what you get every month. Lots of teals. This one is called Glory, but lots of teals, black, grunge. Again, we've got collage going on. It's the same style of cover, meaning it's made out of cardstock. It's not a hardbound cover. And same principle. This one is now just a 3 signature, and they are chunky signatures. So there's about 15 full pages in each signature as you go through. Felt the need to have black lace on this one. We've got some guest receipts, we've got some ledger pages, some bags. Again, lots of writing space. Got to have a lot of writing space when it comes to this. This is just copy paper. But again, these were things that were printed down and were just collecting dust. Well, okay, they were in a plastic bin. But just sitting there. We've got clips going on in here so that you can have your things to clip on. We've made little tiny simple paper charms. They don't have to be metal. This is a thicker weight paper charm. Ways that you can add your own charms into this. So again, you can see this one's already chunky, but definitely can have room to expand. Charms are on the front, and again, we have that ribbon closure so that it will expand with you as well. We did not stop there. And again, guys, all of these were literally done. I could not stop. I would, every moment I was in the home, I was in here. So I do have a full-time job, which was adding some um, some different pressures. It's a full-time job. So when I would come home, I was in here. On the weekends, I was in here. So I was constantly looking forward. I started now to look forward to coming in here. We did get into the Christmas mode. So we have this one. Again, it's a cardstock cover. And you can see I didn't do too much sewing on some of these. You don't have to. I think the paper allows for it to shine. I think it just adds an accent to it. This collection here is by Joey, card maker. He has beautiful, beautiful collections. And I believe this one's called Yuletide. And this journal is called Merry Cheers. And it's interactive on the outside. So again, the ribbon slides through the spine. So the cover, if you untie this, you have an opening so you can put a secret message here. And then you have this piece here. And then you would just tie that back up. So again, just that little secret going on in there. And then you can just tie it back up. Let's see if I can tie a bow, because I usually can. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, maybe. Okay, there we go. And then on the back, it's also interactive as well. This comes down, and then this also flips open as well. So you have areas to journal in there, put a photo here, and you can do your writing here. And you can see by this bottom flip, it says December Daily. So this journal, yes, is a 3 signature as well. Lots of charms, lots of poofs. Oops, getting caught there. Lots of poofs coming off of this as well. We've got side pockets, beautiful images. But what this journal is, and I've got to glue that back down. I love Fabri-Tac, but sometimes, you know, it just doesn't do it. So let's put that down real quick. There we go. This is for, of course, the month of December. So your pages are numbered, and in here, in this little pocket, and when you pull this out, it gives you an idea to what to do for that day. So turn on some Christmas music and enjoy. These are printed down on coffee dye papers. So this is a December daily journal. It's also an advent. And then that just sits up in there as well. We have a belly band here. So here we got creative with different types of cards just wrapping around and being clipped in. You can see I've started to get more interactive, try new things, combine the concept. Here's day 2. So you can have a 25-day advent, and that's what the first 25 sections are. This one is blank. That means you can write what you and your family and friends would want to do that day, and you can make that note and then put that back into the little envelope, which I won't be able to do right now. Crinkle, crinkle. And then that sits there. So you've got the combination of a December daily and an advent. And you can journal, again, plenty of areas to journal for what you did on that day. This one here says make paper snowflakes and hang them in the windows or throughout the house. So there's just all kinds of different things, watching different movies, baking, decorating, spending time with family and friends. So they run all throughout this book. These are the centerpieces as well that you can journal around. And as you continue to go through, here's 6, there's 10, 12. We've got vintage catalog, toy pages in here. We're up to 20. And again, there's blank ones throughout so that you can create your own. You can move them around for what you want to do, or you can take the surprise of what you want to do. So the little tiny tabs here go up to 25, and this one is blank, so you can write down what you did on Christmas Day. So it's kind of just a little bit of a bigger spread when it comes to that. Okay, we'll just do that. Okay. And then it does continue on with your days. It just doesn't have those little tiny glassine envelopes to give you idea. You can continue to write what you did for those days. So it's kind of that combination. And then back here we have that large tag. So I took 2 ideas and combined them, got a little bit of interaction into this one. So you can see more and more, we're building, and we are building. I did have a project. You all have recently seen the, excuse me, during this downtime. And you recently saw it with the flip through, and this is a full course tutorial available on the Paper Rose Studio YouTube channel. So I encourage you to go there to see. It's 9 videos, step by step, recorded live, so it's not a voiceover, but you can see just how this journal, this is a scrapbook album, was created. It's called Paper Candy, and I used the Candy Kisses collection that Paper Rose has put together. And what I love about Paper Rose papers and their collections is they never go away, but they do get revitalized. So you can still get the original collections for Candy Kisses, but then they also did an update to it. So it's like Candy Kisses 2.0. And that's something that I love. You still can get the original collections, but you can add to those papers because they keep adding to it. Now, this is not Christmas. For some reason, every time I saw Candy Kisses, I thought of Christmas. Not sure why. Hey, Anthony, good morning. Um, but for some reason, I saw it as Christmas. This is actually Valentine's. But you can see the flowers here, they're actually poinsettia dies. So you can take any flower die and make it a flower. And I just die cut them. I add a little bit of glitter glue, added some white and pink acrylic paint marker to it, and just turned it into a different flower. Now, this one is a scrapbook album. This is an 8 by 8 with a 3.5-inch spine. So she is big, she is chunky, she is huge. Now you can go to their website. It's part 9 for the final flip through, or you can go back. This is something that I posted, I believe, around Thursday of last week to see all of the elements of the scrapbook album, and how what it looks like. I open all of these up. You've got large photo mat systems in here, but it's got 4 flips and of course 2 on each side. I love these closures when you do the large panels. Bug is absolutely adorable. We've got pockets, so plenty of room again to journal and also add your photos. I love that closure. Love that closure. There are magnets in this. I like to make sure people know that. Um, for health reasons, we've got waterfalls that are going through this. These spin so that you can journal underneath them. And then we've got a 4-page flip out on this. And then we've got a huge waterfall here and all of that. So I encourage you, please go to the Paper Rose channel to see exactly how this was made. And this is one of the design teams that I am on. And when I say design team, it's a little bit different. Okay, I'm not sure where that came from. It's a little bit different. So once a quarter, I will be developing a very detailed either scrapbook album or journal using some of their paper collections. But again, use the paper collections that you have, and you will see full tutorials up on the Paper Rose channel for free. Absolutely for free. So you will see some Paper Rose coming in. When it comes to a sneak peek, so here's a sneak peek. You will see this journal on Thursday. This is a 4x6 journal, and it is featuring Biddy Penny's paper collection called Gilded Rose. When she showed me that paper collection, I fell in love with it, and I knew exactly what I wanted to do with it. You will see a video step by step on how to create this. So here we have our ribbon closure. Notice it's not a bow. I'm just saying. All right, it's actually tucked in underneath. This is 4x6 with I'm going to say this is about a 2.25 spine. I think it was supposed to be a 2 because of the space. Yeah, this is 2-inch spine. But again, when we leave our spacers in between, it adds to it. So all of this was using her papers. That girl's face is just absolutely precious. The roses, we have memories. I took one of her labels in there. I tore off a piece of coffee dyed, and I wrote memories, and I added some brads. Again, can't have too much metal. Here's our back. You're going to see lots of scrap book pages, and this one is called Rose. This one is a scrapbook album. It's not a journal. Every page uses the papers. You know, I love chiffon ribbon, but wow, it really does fray. Every page, whether it's the inside cover, back cover, or the pages in between, it's got two flip pages. There is a flip up. And on that flip up, we have a book page that's completely distressed, torn. And then we have a coffee dyed pocket with a little bit of collage, with a little bit of this ribbon, a strip of the paper, another piece from her collection, and then cards using those rectangle cut-aparts that she has. Using the larger pages, I created a side pocket. Again, this was all torn, just tearing the papers, getting them cut down to a size, but then tearing. We all know how I love to tear paper. I find it is therapeutic. It is wonderful. And then we can flip this up, and it's the same thing. So the recipient can put a piece of solid cardstock here to journal on, but down here we have a pocket to hold notes, and we can journal on those pages as well. The pockets are covered in coffee dyed paper scraps. Same here, our pockets, we come in from the outside. And again, just taking some of those cut aparts she has, putting them onto solid cardstock scraps, putting them in there. There's plenty of room to add more. There's also a pocket in between here. So you could add more stuff here if you wanted to, if you cut up more of the papers. I chose to leave those open. But again, we can flip up, and we have the same process. And with these labels that I've put, you can create what you want these sections to be by using your own handwriting, put a scrap piece on top, and just wait or just write what these areas are. But again, the two roses just coming in, or the pockets. And then our back, we have again another pull out, and then all kinds of bits and bobs here, just so that you can put through your album if you want. And then our back page. More bit, yes, I did fussy cutting, Betty. Yep, I did it. I did fussy cutting, Betty. Absolutely. And this, you'll see how I grunge this down, because it is white like that. But you can do that with your pattern papers. So that's just a sneak peek of what you are going to see on Thursday. And you don't have to tie this. You can simply just wrap it around and tuck it in, and there is your closure. So a little bit of a sneak peek on here. Biddy Penny is another team and another person that I will be designing for as well. So you can see I'm dealing with a lot of paper collections. That's the last journal that I have to say. But you can see how that process helped me, or what I did through that process. Did something very simple, very, very small, and then constantly grew, constantly going. I'm sure you all saw the video that I launched for Scrappy Tales Crafts, the lantern. My die cutting machine finally said, okay, I will let you die cut. I will let you do that. And I had a ball making that lantern. Scrappy Tales will also be a design team that I will be staying with. I can take paper to the next level. That is my goal here, to show you what you can do with paper, from something simple It doesn't have to be difficult. It doesn't have to be completely involved when it comes to that. To something where some may look at it and say, okay, you know what? I'm going to lose my mind on that. There's no way that I can do this. But you can take paper to any level that you want and create your art. That's what this channel is going to be about going forward. So let's talk about, and I'm going to fill you all in on what you expect to see, how things are going to change. Now, I know some of you might be looking at this saying, okay, I'm not seeing a card here. Don't worry. You will see cards. I do enjoy making cards. Absolutely. But they're going to be different. You know, we're going to get it back into the colored pencil. We're going to get back into different techniques on how you can collage and how you can create with your stamps and use different techniques to add colors from very basic to, okay, here's something that's a little bit more involved. So you will see cards. You're going to see Christmas cards throughout the year. Yes. I enjoy making Christmas cards. It's just something that I do. So those are going to be sprinkled throughout. So don't fear. You will still see cards. But, and I hate saying but, there is going to be the next level when it comes to the journals and the scrapbook albums, because I want you to also see not only can paper create those things, but your stamps and your dies. There is another way to use them, whether it's making ornaments, whether it's making tags, whether it's putting them into journals, whether it's creating your own background papers. Those are going to be the focus here. The Anthony, yay, Christmas all year. Yes, who doesn't love Christmas all year? Or the holidays, you know? Holidays all year. Absolutely. Let's see, I'm just catching up on some comments here. Let's see. Oh, Reagan, that's wonderful. Free album bases. Yes. Yes. That is awesome. I love making those hardcover albums. They are just great. Oh, that's how you found me. Oh, no, I'm still, Reagan, I'm still going to be doing cards. But it's, I want to take our supplies to the next level. It's not just cards that we can make. Okay. Now, I'll give me 1 second because I'm going to grab one more thing here because now you're going to see the next sneak peek. This is not the sneak peek. This houses my sneak peek. So, as you know, I have released stamp collections and I release them every 6 months, and that will continue. I have completed the design set for the 2025 Spring Summer collection. So, I'm going to show you what they are going to look like. They will be releasing, they are not on pre order. I will do a live when they launch. So don't worry. Um, so this year's theme is, somebody once told me when they saw it, she knows who she is, we're going back to the basics. So that's what we did. So let me get to the collection. No, I can't have you see everything. Okay. Back to the basics. Squares. you are going to have square shapes. They don't need a die. Now, if you have a die, you can use a die, but these are going to be easier to cut. Okay? Very basic designs. These are going to be great with collages. You can create backgrounds for your cards. I have little tiny inchies so we can have fun creating our backgrounds with those as well. And very basic tangles. Very simple. So you can get this collage look, but also be able to create a single background or a collaged background, and easy to cut. We do have some sentiments. We've got happy birthday, make memories, let it go. Creativity is intelligence having fun. And that was by Albert Einstein. And that to me is very true. Let us have fun with it. Let's see here. The next one. Oh, and this is called a tangled block. The next one is called a tangle sphere. We have circles, we have an oval. They're open. So we're going to have fun coloring these. We have believe, kind, fearless, breathe, and just. Some of these words we can build off of the word be. Just be. Be fearless. Be kind. And then believe and breathe. Again, if you have dies, you can use your dies, or you can fussy cut these. So again, we have gone back to the basics. Hey, Debbie J, how are you doing? Yeah, I still sneak on your website. Just say. Let's see. Next up is a tangled floral box. These, of course, are rectangles. We have our vine, we have a label, and we have another floral type vine as well. Again, if you have a die, you can use your die. Otherwise, you can easily cut these. So again, we've gone back to the basics. Very simple designs, nothing too heavy, nothing too overwhelming when it comes to this. We do have sentiments on this. Be authentic, stay curious, use your wings. Not all who wander are lost, by J.R.R. Tolkien. That sentiment has my heart right now. When we get into these funks, these blocks, I believe there's a reason, but we're just looking around. We're just trying to see what it is we want to say. For our final one, there are no sentiments. It is nothing but strips. Strips of tangles. These are going to be individual strips, not one background. But this is going to take up, all my stamps are 6x6, and this is going to take up the entire 6x6 area of when it comes to the stamp size. Each one of these can be stamped next to each other to create your background. But think if you cut these out and you intertwine them. That's what you're going to see with this. And I'm going to show you how you can do this, how you can create that, both in cutting them out and also stamping. So you're going to be able to create your own weaved background. So we have gone back to the basics when it comes to the stamp sets. Okay, so I hope these are interesting. I hope they have got your curiosity. Yes, these bitty, you also said it, they are borders. They can be those borders as well. You can create a frame with them around your stamped image. So lots of choices when it comes to that strip. And that one is called A Tangled Maze. Absolutely. So they will be launched in April. I know, boo, a month and a half. I get it. But these are the things from the mid to late December. This is what finally came through for me. So we've given you a sneak peek on an upcoming project. I hope you'll watch it. And of course, I will have her links down in that video description when it goes. You've got to see her collections. They are so unique. They're like mini kits. Mini kits. It's all you need to create with. Kind of get a feel of what's coming out onto the YouTube channel. I will be bringing back, and we will be focusing on the Gothic metal Christmas album that I had started. So you will see that come back as well. So we're going to work through that. The other thing that you're going to see on this channel is when it comes to albums and journals, you're going to see those bits. Some of it will be full tutorials, full onset. Some of them will be just focusing on certain areas of them. Kind of sort of like what I did, if everyone remembers, the Creep on June that I did. We saw bits and pieces. We saw all of Ephemera one day, but then I did all of the rest of it off camera and so forth. That's how you're going to see when it comes to the journals and also these projects. The other thing that you're going to take notice, and not everybody enjoys this, but they are going to, 9 out of 10, be recorded live. Full explanations. No speeding up of the video. It's going to be in real time, me actually being recorded as we do this. I will remove, the dead spots or the blank areas where I really don't talk and I start doing something. They'll be in there as well. But again, everything's going to be recorded live. I want you to get the details. I want you to understand and see how that process can work. Don't get me wrong. Yes, you can still see it when it comes to speeding up the video and also doing a voiceover. But I do think something's missing. I do believe that. The lives will be coming back onto the channel as well, and they will be, of course, on Sundays between 9 and 9:30 is usually when I pop on. I know today was a surprise for everybody. When it comes to that. All right. So lives will be coming back as well. And it'll be focusing on something, whether it is that card or whether it's ephemera or whether it's, hey, this is how you sew this signature in, or this is how I do that, and so forth. You are going to see the process, and you saw that video yesterday of this journal here. Showed the papers. I'm using a file folder. I even show how I fixed this error here when it started ripping, taking a file folder and creating a book featuring a collection from Relatively Thoughtful. I will be showing some of their collections as well. So you could say, yes, I am associated with them. Also, I am not associated with, let me be clear, with Pink Monarch. I am a subscriber of theirs, and again, just showing you what's out there. Again, no pushing here at all. But I fell in love with the Sherlock Holmes collection, and so far we have the journal together. I am loving how floppy it is and how the signatures sit into that. So stay tuned for this. We are going to be working on ephemera and pockets next, in the next video for this. The one last thing that I'm going to be offering is a community. I have set up, you all know that I have online classes available and I'm slowly building those up. There's more Tangle classes in there now. There is one for card making, and soon around April, a colored pencil course will be launching in there as well. It's very detailed, very, very detailed course. Um, from it's all the nuts and bolts on colored pencils, blending, coloring. There's 5 to 6 projects, I think. We talk about them, what the difference between wax and oil, all of that fun stuff. So stay tuned for that. But for the community, there's 2 levels. There's a free level because I don't believe everybody or no one should be able to not have access to techniques, to resources, to ideas. So there is that free level. And in there, you're going to have videos on different videos each month on a specific technique when it comes to paper. You'll be able to apply that to your card making if you're a card maker, or to an album or a journal, whatever you use paper for, you're going to be able to apply that. Also, you're going to get discounts to the shop and special announcements. You'll kind of like be the before and see the behind the scenes of what's going on here. Time to chit chat. We'll be able to ask each other questions. There is another level that, of course, is a paid level. It's going to be $9.99 a month, and there you're going to have access to different libraries, different downloads. You're also going to see a full, complete process video of a project, whether that's a scrapbook album, whether that's a journal, whether that's, let's say, like the lantern that I created with Scrappy Tales. Those types of projects, very detailed, very long, but each month you're going to have that full length, recorded live, extremely long and Gabby tutorial. You're also going to have access to tangling. There are many projects that I have lined up, and we're going to go through the different techniques in Zentangle and what that is and how you could possibly incorporate that. So you're going to have a project slash tile, that's what we call that, every month in there as well. The free side will also have tangles as well. You'll have some of those videos that are coming through there. The difference between the two is in the paid, you're going to have access to the step outs when it comes to those tangles that have been used, when it comes to the projects, so that you can build up your tangle library. So those are the 2 differences. I am in the process. They are both live right now. Have some people in there, have them hanging on and into the free to say, okay, stay tuned. We're going to have that. But I'm in the process of building up the base when it comes to the projects already that will be in there and so forth. If you want to check it out, you certainly can. It's Desiree Coomerly at Podia. That is where my online and community will be held. We'll also have lives in there exclusive to the teams, exclusive to the groups. I've decided that when it comes to the lives in the community, it will be for both for the free members and the paid members, because it's going to be a technique when it comes to that. So you will be able to see that. Also in the paid, you'll of course get discounts and so forth. So that's what we're looking at there. But again, Both choices are there because, again, nothing should, or everything I believe should be accessible to some level when it comes to that. Let's check out some, if anybody's got questions here. Oh, Biddy, I'm glad you like that thought process. Once this video is up and once we're done live, I'll have the links down into the video description if you want to check it out. Again, there's no pressure. I am still going to be here on YouTube, not going anywhere. It's just taking a change. It's taking a change to actually focus on paper. During that time, that's what I realized. I love paper and I love what you can do with it. I love all the creators out on YouTube that make these beautiful cards. Absolutely. I want to take it to the level to show you it's not just cards. Let's take your stash and use it to make something else. Let's extend the life of the money that we have spent for this craft and show what we can do with it to get more out of it, to give it new life, to show it that we do love enjoying it and love creating with it. So that's the turn that this channel will be going through. Those are the teams that I will be associated with when it comes to the projects. All the videos are not just going to be them as well. I have a stash, and we are going to dig into it as well. Again, YouTube is a wonderful, wonderful place, but sometimes for creators, it can be a challenge as well. I want no one to feel pressure to purchase anything that I have. But if you're curious about it, I'll always have those links down there to check it out. And if you do purchase, I do say thank you for supporting that other small business. And please take note of what I just said there, for supporting that small business. There will hardly be any affiliate links down below in my descriptions. It is to show you other small businesses and what they have created and what they have available. So keep that in mind. Okay? Let's check out if anyone's got any questions. But that's kind of what I had. My main focus here was to get to you all and to apologize for just doing what I had to do, but appreciating each and every one of you for understanding and knowing that I would be back. Okay? So I will always also let people know that when it comes to the projects and everything else, again, have my website. If you're interested in it, great, it'll be there. If you want to make those purchases, my stamp line's about to come out in April. I'm even excited over this one as well. I think it's got a lot more versatility. I think you can do a lot more things. And that's something else that you'll be able to do as well in the community. I had one very special follower who came up with an idea and simply asked a question. Could we do this in a tangle? And we were able to. So again, products are not created for me. They are created for you so that you can continue to create your art. Why not make you part of it and make you come up with an idea and be part of that process? So that's what you'll see there as well. So that was my Ave. Speak of the devil. Yep, she was the one. Ave had made a suggestion and we followed through with it. and her name's even in it. So, again, that's what this channel will be about. Will I be posting as much as I did? No, but you will see one or two videos per week, fingers crossed. And of course, Sundays will be that be calm type thing where it's either tangling. So I'm going to finish up that series that I started, or maybe it's just sitting back and coloring. Um, those two types of things to just, because it's Sunday, we should chill. We should all sit back and relax. And of course, simplicity. Let's take those pattern paper pads and bust them because, yeah, I got a lot to bust. Absolutely. We're just going to bust them in different ways. So that's what's going to be fun about this. Okay, let's see. No, I'm sorry, Ave. No, I didn't tell anybody. I kind of just, this was a different video. Um, it wasn't creating anything, it was just explaining where I've been, what had happened, with some details, not too many, and showed the process of coming out of that. And here's what I want you to take from this video here is yes, we all will get into those funks. We all can hit those walls being creative and looking at what we have and just saying, wow, what am I going to do? I have no ideas. Start small. Start small, simple, basic, dig into your scraps, and build yourself up. Build yourself up to techniques, ideas, concepts, and whatever that is. Just build up through it and don't rush it. Let it come. Okay? So, guys, I'm going to leave you with that. Yes, we have later. Yesterday I was looking at them and I can't blame. I know, right? Yeah, me too. I organized mine. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was a lot of organization. Lots. Just lots. So, yeah. All right, guys. I am going to let you all go. Enjoy your day. I know our area, we're about to have some wonderful windstorms over the next 24, 36 hours. So, yay. I'm not a wind fan. Um, but continue to stay safe and healthy. Work through if you have to take a step back, take that step back. Don't force it. That will make it worse. And that's something that I realized. I think if I didn't force it, it wouldn't have been 4 months that I was working through this, with the first 2 months or 2.5 months actually not being able to do anything and actually become crippled when it comes to that. Take it slow. Take a break. Walk away. If a project is frustrating you, walk away. Come back to it with fresh eyes. Try not to put it into a container and pack it away. But if you do, realize that this can happen because you'll find it and you'll get back into it and the inspiration and ideas will come flowing again. So for me, this is the best therapy. This was the absolute best therapy for me and you guys. I had a lot of you contacting me, reaching out. I do apologize that I was not answering, but it would have been the same thing over and over again. Just know I read every single one of them and I held them close to my heart. So, with that, I am back with all of the happy accidents and ways that you can create with paper. So, guys, take care of yourself. I love and appreciate each and every one of you. I hope to see you here. I hope to see you in the membership. just anywhere, wherever it be. I just hope I still see you and get to communicate with you and, of course, inspire. So remember, guys, be creative every day in everything that you do. And take care, and we'll talk soon. Bye.